Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome into the 2021 Heart of America Athletic Conference Men's Soccer Media Day. I'm Nick Vasos, the voice of the Kansas City Comets and the Major Arena Soccer League, as well as an anchor on Fox 4 here in Kansas City. We are delighted to be joined by Evangel head men's soccer coach, Mr. Jeff Reinold. Coach, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you today?
Thank you, Nick. I'm doing well.
Hey,
getting through preseason.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about that right now. How's preseason gone this year? I got to imagine I guess, does it seem like one long season from last year to this year?
You know, we've tried to forget last year. I mean, we went into quarantine after our second game, and we've tried to put that behind us and move forward, and that's all we could do. So we're excited to get going this year and hopefully be healthy and avoid COVID. And that's, I think, everybody's hope this year. So
yeah. No kidding. Hey, let's talk about how you guys are getting ready for the regular season. You've got 5 non-conference games that you're going to be playing in August and September. What do you hope to get out of those games? What do you hope to see from your side as you get ready for Heart Play?
Well, we brought in quite a few new players, a mix of JUCO transfers and freshmen that have really stepped up. And so we're hoping to get them some playing time and get them with our returning guys and get a team unit really built.
Mm-hmm. Your program is fairly new. Began in 2015. You began it at 2015 at Evangel. And what do you hope to see this season as your program continues to progress and grow?
Over the years, this is my 4th season here. I'm the second coach that Evangel's had, and every year we've tried to get more competitive. Save last year. I mean, like I said, throw that one out. We were accomplishing that goal. My second year, we were very competitive with all the teams in the Heart. We play in the best conference in the nation, and for us to start from scratch, we have a long way to go to catch the rest of the teams in our league.
But I would imagine in a kind of a roundabout way that playing in the Heart of America, playing in the Heart Conference is an advantage. No matter if you're a young program or if you're old players want to play where they're going to be among the best. And this Heart Conference and the NAIA is the very best here. Is that a message that you can take to your players and those who are looking to a university to play for?
Absolutely. I use that all the time in talking to my current players and future players. I talk about how, CMU won 2 national championships in a row, and Missouri Valley has been there for the last 4 years. So if you want to play against the best players in the nation, you might as well play in the Heart, because those programs are well established, and we're hoping to get there. We would like to surprise a few of the big boys in our conference this year.
Yeah, they got targets on their jerseys, and you guys are going to be aiming for them. And players are going to be working as hard as they possibly can to do that. So that's a real big incentive for your players this season, I would imagine.
It is, and you have to have the right guys with the right mentality to play against those teams. When they, you can't have the guys that go up against CMU and go, oh man, they've won 2 national championships in a row, and just get walked over, and last year was a good game for us at CMU, even though the final score ended up just a disaster. 60 minutes in, it was a 2-0 game, and my first teamers that I had available to play in that game were competing well, and so it was an encouraging game for me, even though the final scoreline was not good. So
tell us a little bit about Evangel. Tell us about the campus. Tell us about the town. What's the community like? For some, perhaps we have a student who's watching and is considering a school. What would you say about Evangel?
Well, first of all, I'll start with the town. Springfield's a great place to be. It's a place that you can come and stay. I actually came here about 30 years ago and have made it my home ever since. And it's a place that is safe to raise your kids, safe to grow up in. And all of my grown children just got married this past year, and they're all still living in Springfield. So that kind of tells you a little bit about Springfield. Evangel, place I love. I came to school here to finish up after playing for a couple of years in the Chicago area in college, and then I transferred down here after I made a major life change, and Christ became important in my life, and that's what Evangel's all about. We're about training people to do things in the world like what you do, but from a biblical perspective, from a Christ-centered perspective, and no matter what job you do. We have the chief of police, we have his son playing for us this year. His daughter went to school here. And we tell them all the time that you can be the chief of police and live out your Christian walk. You can be a garbage man and live out your Christian walk. You can be anything you want to be and live out your Christian walk. And that's what Evangel's about. Teaching kids to do whatever profession it is and do it in a godly manner.
Coach, that's really inspiring. That is really inspiring. Thank you for sharing that. And I was looking a little bit of some of your on your bio, and I believe you've got 4 children, and their names all begin with the letter A. And you were fortunate enough, I believe, to have your son Austin play for Evangel, and I think one of your daughters, Allison, also played for Evangel. So to me, I get the sense of one big giant family at Evangel. Is that fair to say?
It is. And we have a lot of students here that their parents went to school here. Some of my best friends that I have to this day that I met in college, their kids are at school here. So it's a community that just keeps replenishing itself. And when you think of an Assemblies of God school, you think there's one in Dallas, there's one in Florida, and then there's Evangel. And that's Assemblies of God kids tend to want to go to Evangel or one of the other schools. And it is a small school, about 2,000, 2,400 students, something like that. But it's a very tight-knit school. And the football players will come to the soccer games. The soccer players go to the football games when we can make it. Our schedules don't conflict. We try to support volleyball and basketball and all the sports. We have a couple of multi-sport athletes. I have a kid that runs track and a kid that plays baseball. So we try to support each other, and all of us coaches, we have the same purpose in our life. We want to win every game we play, but our purpose in what we do is to train the kids for life after Evangel. So
yeah, that's really refreshing to hear. Different athletics supporting one another, because coaches, during the course of a season, during the course of academic life, you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs. And how important it is to have support when you're perhaps away from your family in a new place. Support can mean all the difference in you making it or not, right?
Correct. And we have kids from all over the world that attend Evangel. And we have kids from I don't even know how many different countries on our soccer team, and they're away from home. I've got a kid that's in Mexico right now, seeing his dad for the first time in 4 years. That it's hard to even imagine. And he said he had something going on, his father did, and he asked if he could go, and I said, yeah, you'll miss preseason, but it's more important to be with your dad. You haven't seen him since then, since 4 years ago when you came to Missouri as an exchange student, and he stayed here to go to Evangel. So he has not been home to Brazil since then, and him and his dad are meeting in Mexico right now. So it's a little mind-boggling when I think, wow, all my kids live within 15 minutes of me, and there's kids that are halfway around the world without any family members close to them for their support. So we have to be that family for them, and we have to rely on the community to be the family.
Yeah, and those parents who can't be in Springfield, those who are a country away, they probably are feeling a better sense of comfort knowing that that support system is built there at Evangel, and their sons or their daughters are going to be taken care of.
Yeah, we really try our best to take care of them. And, you know, I had a goalkeeper that broke his leg last year in our second game. And his parents, when I called them, I told them that I thought it was probably broken and surgery was probably what was going to happen. And they just can't thank you enough for when you reach out to them and just, you know, make that phone call when you don't have to. I mean, the medical staff could make that phone call, but that's what we do here at Evangel. We treat these kids like they're our own. They're our own, and it's rewarding for me. I was in accounting for 25 years before I coached club soccer and then made the switch to coach college soccer and walked away from an accounting career. So
that's passion.
It is. And I love the school, I love the game, and I love the kids. And, you know, we're going to try to compete in every game we possibly can and give it our all no matter what. And then we're going to pray with the guys on the other side of the field. That's who we are, and that's what we do. I don't have my logo on right now, but in our logo, there's an EU and a cross. And that's just who we are. That's what Evangel's here to do. So we're going to do that.
It sounds like you're on your way to, you know, being a fixture at Evangel for many years to come, like so many of these coaches around the Heart Conference. Wow, some of these coaches have been there for decades, and they've been at these schools that they love, and the opportunity that you know, are afforded these students, right?
Absolutely. And the coaches in the Heart, I mean, they're great guys. They're great guys. You know, of course, when you're coaching against them, it's going to get heated. But as soon as the final whistle blows, everything's back to, you know, just having a conversation. So great guys. I enjoy every one of them. And it's a pleasure to be a part of this conference and coach amongst the accomplished coaches that we have here in the Heart.
Well, one final note for you here, Coach. Let's return to the field here. What are you? I don't know. Expecting might be the wrong word, but what's going to be your message this year for your players? What are you hoping to accomplish this year for your guys?
One, we want to have the best year we've ever had. You know, we've had some seasons where we had more wins or scored more goals or something like that than we have the past couple of years. But we weren't competitive with the teams in the Heart. And we want to be competitive, and we want to make our first conference tournament in school history. So it's a goal. Can we make it this year? It's always tough in the Heart. Anybody can beat anybody in the Heart on any given night. And you know, it doesn't matter if you're at the top or at the bottom, anything can happen. And, you know, our number one goal is to make the conference tournament. We make the conference tournament, we are competing nationally, because that's just the type of conference we have.
Boy, so, no doubt. It is tough. I've heard that from every coach that I've talked to today. It's the toughest, hands down. Absolutely.
And, you know, there's other conferences around that we look at the schools and we compete. Even last year, we competed with schools in other conferences and then get to the Heart, and after COVID and everything, struggled, you know, and that's just the way the Heart is. I mean, we can compete in other conferences. Schools could go to another conference and compete very well and do very well in other conferences and finish 5th, 6th, 7th in the Heart, you know, which speaks a lot to where this conference is. All you have to do is look at the top 25. I think we've got I think there's 3 in the top 25 this year, if I remember right.
Yep.
I don't think there's more than 3 right now, but normally we have 4 or 5 or 6 teams ranked or at least receiving votes. And we'll be back there, but hopefully in the not too distant future, we'll see Evangel in that. But, you know, our goal is to compete and do well and maybe surprise some teams this year.
Yep. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That is Evangel Crusaders men's soccer head coach, Jeff Reinold.
Oh,
Coach.
we're not the Crusaders anymore, Nick.
Oh, breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Okay, Coach, correct me. I goofed. All right.
No, that's all right. It has not been revealed yet as to what the mascot is, but the Crusader has been retired.
How long ago did that happen?
I want to say April or May. It was made official. I think it was right before the students left in late April, early May.
Okay.
So
from here on out until the new name is revealed, we'll go with Evangel.
there you go. So that's, it's one of those things that's going on in the world today. So
yeah.
And we're not immune to it, apparently.
That's all right. That's all right.
So,
Coach Reinold, I have enjoyed our chat, and we really wish you the best of luck this year, and hope to catch up with you again very, very soon.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
You
Have a
bet.
good day.
Take care.